first chapter of Flamingo Class 12 English Code, the last lesson, written by Alphonse Daudet. Alphonse Daudet was a French novelist and a short story writer, and he describes over here in first person about a story which is based on Franco-Persian War. Now Franco over here stands for France, and Persia actually had three nation combination. One is Germany, Poland and parts of Austria. So all these three countries together can be clubbed as the Persian. So whenever in the lesson we are talking about the Persian, the name comes, it itself depicts that there are the three countries involved over here. So there is the background of the story is based on Franco-Persian War. The result was that France was defeated by the Persian army, and the Persia was led by Bismarck. Under the able leadership of a person called Bismarck, France got defeated at the hands of the Persian soldiers. So before venturing into the lesson, let us go and find out the characters, those who are there in this lesson. As it is in the first person, so a first person narrative, Alphonse Daudet is assuming himself to be a school-going boy, and he is playing the role of France. So here, though the pronunciation is same as the country France, but the spelling is different. It is with a Z over here. So he is the author actually, or the writer. The second main person over here, the protagonist of the story, the last lesson, is Mr. M. Hamel. He is the French teacher who is giving French lessons. And the third one is an apprentice. Apprentice can be a trainee. The meaning of apprentice is trainee. A trainee and a blacksmith called as Wactor. The fourth character is a person called Old Hauser. And fifth one is, there are two people, former mayor and former postmaster. And the last characters are some of the villagers. In this lesson, Alphonse Daudet talks about two French districts actually, and these French districts where he talks about what all effects have happened due to this war wherein France got defeated, and these two French districts which were affected were Alsace and Lorraine. So particularly it revolves around these two districts only of France, and how life was affected, how the attitude of people changed towards their national language French due to the defeat by the Persian soldiers. All this we will come to know in this lesson, the last lesson. So as we have gone through the background of the story and what it is all about, the characters, okay, this is the new terminology or some of the words which will be coming, and as it comes I will be giving you the meaning. So let's start this lesson. The lesson starts with, we can make it into the first thing as France is late for school. The writer Alphonse Daudet, playing the role of a school-going boy France, he is late for school, and the previous day his French teacher Mr. M. Hamel has given him an assignment on participles, and that home assignment he had not done. The assignment was on participles which the boy had not completed. So the fear of getting scolded was deep inside the mind of the school-going boy Franz. He was late for school, his home assignment not done on participles, and he had the fear also that he is going to get scolded by his French teacher, Mr. M. Hamel. So his thought was that he should actually avoid going to school and spend his day outdoors. So he says that a thought came to him, and the thought was that Franz thought he should go outdoors and spend his time instead of going to school. As it was quite a bright day and as well as a very warm day, so the boy thought that he could enjoy going outside instead of getting scolded by Mr. M. Hamel, as he had not completed his assignment on participles as well as he was late also. He also wanted to hear the chirping of birds. So all these things actually was tempting him, tempting in the sense it was attracting him. So we have used this new terminology over here. It was quite tempting for Franz to go outside and spend his day instead of going and getting scolded by Mr. M. Hamel. So he wanted to spend his time, as it was quite a bright and warm day, wanted to hear the chirping, and in the open fields he also saw just behind the sawmill, he saw that some Persian soldiers, they were drilling. Some Persians, they were drilling. So the drilling work was going on. Now the question is that how come in France Persian soldiers or Persians are there? Persians will be seen in France, in the country France, because already, as we have stated at the start of the lesson, France has been defeated at the hands of Persia. So Persian soldiers, as they have overpowered the French people and all, so Persians, he has seen France, they were doing the work of drilling. So all this was quite tempting for him, for France, to go and do such things and all instead of going and attending the school. So what the boy did, he resisted. He stopped somewhere himself from going outdoors and spending his time, and with a determination he started to walk towards his school. So we can just say that he resisted the temptation. He resisted this attraction of going and spending time. So we move on to the next point, and that is, as Franz is going towards his school and all, he goes to an area called as the town hall. So let us see what happens in this place called as town hall. At the town hall, he sees that Franz sees there is actually a bulletin board. A bulletin board is a board on which circulars and notice are pasted and put up so that people can come, view, watch what is happening. So on the bulletin board, there he saw that there was lot of crowd that has gathered around this bulletin board. So as the bulletin board was being displayed, something was put up over there. The curiosity of the French people was so much that in large quantity of people they had come to see what was written on this bulletin board. Franz, as he saw that a crowd has been gathered over there, because already he was late. So as he moved far away from there, he saw that there was an apprentice and the blacksmith also, who was a part of the crowd. The blacksmith, who is named as Vactor, he just called out to Franz and said that, "Why are you in such a hurry? There is a lot of time for you to reach the school." Listening to this, Franz thought that maybe the blacksmith is poking fun at his expense. He is ridiculing him. Franz already knew that he was already late. But here a contradictory statement is being made by Vactor by saying that he's saying, "Franz, you have lot of time to go to school." At the time, Franz could not understand that what is the deep meaning behind the words which has been uttered by Vactor. Franz says that this bulletin board, which was at the town hall area, it always has given them bad news for the past 2 years. So most of the bad news came from this bulletin board. And for the past 2 years, as the war was going on between France and Persia, so they were getting, the French people were getting all sort of news, especially very sad and bad news for the past 2 years. So on the bulletin board, what type of news was displayed usually? So on the bulletin board, the news like orders of commanding officer, certain drafts were there, rough drafts and all, notices, circulars can be called as rough drafts and all, and the order of commanding officer, and also about the lost battle. As the battle was going on, so how, in what districts they have lost, what was the situation, how many districts have been overpowered by Persia, all the bad news, the lost battles, the orders of the commanding officer and the drafts, they were all displayed on this bulletin board. Though Franz was late, he did not have time to look at, but he knew that something prominent has been placed on that bulletin board, and that is why a crowd has gathered around it. So we move on to the next one, wherein he just goes towards the school and enters the garden. So in front of Mr. M. Hammel's school, which is in the district of Alsace and Lorraine, there was a small little garden which has all made by Mr. M. Hammel only. So as he enters over there, usually what he sees, usually in school, this is what Franz sees. Franz says that usually there is lot of bustle. Bustle over here means that there is a lot of noise and confusion. So that noise and confusion could be heard actually in the streets also. So noise and confusion could be heard in streets. So as children are there, they are attending their classes and all. So the lessons are being repeated, the teacher is teaching all these things. One can hear if someone is walking on the streets as such. So he was actually dreadful of the scolding. Dreadful over here means the fear. So Franz was dreading of the scolding given by, he was thinking that maybe most probably Mr. M. Hammel is going to scold him as he was already late, and secondly he had not prepared his assignment on the participles. So the noise and confusion usually it could be heard in the streets. Second thing he talks about is that usually when someone enters the classroom, there you could hear the opening and closing of desks, as as children they take out lot of their materials and all. They keep on opening, closing the desks and all. So lot of noise would be because of this also. And one could hear the lessons that is being repeated actually in unison. There is a word called unison. Unison means all together. As there are small children, they are learning their lessons. Franz says that usually if you come to my school and all, you will watch that most of the students, they keep their hands on top and cover their ears so that they can hear their voice properly and repeat whatever the teacher is saying. So lessons are being repeated in unison. Unison means all together. So due to this, what happens was that Franz counted on the commotion. The expression used by Alphonse Daudet, counted on commotion, means that he depended on the commotion. Here stands for noise and confusion or chaos itself. So we move on to the next one. We will continue with the same point. So Franz actually counted on the commotion. He thought that maybe because of lot of chaos, students are moving here and there, he could sneak in very quietly without being noticed by Mr. M. Hamel and go and sit in his particular seat. So his teacher wouldn't come to know that Franz has arrived late in school. So he counted here means depended. He depended on the commotion, but nothing of the sort happened at all. He actually thought that there will be lot of chaos and all, fine, but that did not happen. So on that particular day, it was all quiet. It was very, very still. So it was very strange for him, because he says that usually there was lot of bustle and commotion, but on that particular day it was still and it was very quiet as a Sunday. A simile has been compared over here, because Sunday is a holiday. Usually children, they don't go to school. So if someone arrives at the school on a day called Sunday, there will be no movement of students, there will be no noise heard, there will be no chaos, there will be no commotion. So the quietness was as had been compared to a day called a holiday, Sunday. So it was very still, it was quiet Sunday. From the window, Franz saw that Mr. M. Hamel, he was moving to and fro, that means forward and backward. He was moving. His iron ruler was underneath his arm, and he was very seriously moving just inside the classroom. He was pacing inside the classroom. The classroom was very quiet. There was no sound. There was no noise. Everyone was very, very still. It was a strange atmosphere, and it was also looking quiet. M. Hamel was moving to and fro with his iron ruler, which usually he used to rap or strike on the table, but that day that did not happen. He was just very, very seriously, with a strange expression on his face, was moving forward and backward. Franz actually was very dreadful of going to the school, we have come to know, and also he had passed a town hall area wherein the bulletin board was there. A crowd was gathered. Still going inside, and the moment he entered the classroom, which was as quiet as a Sunday, it was still and all, he found that Mr. M. Hamel was pacing the room to and fro, keeping his iron ruler underneath his arm and walking very quietly. Franz actually was told by Mr. M. Hamel to go quietly and take his seat. At that moment, Franz actually quite blushed. Blushed is an expression wherein your face becomes red due to embarrassment and due to shame and all. So he blushed actually. He was frightened of the scolding of Mr. M. Hamel, but that did not happen. Very politely, very softly, he spoke to Franz and told him to take his seat. When his nervousness, his anxiousness, and he had settled down in his seat, he actually paid attention to Mr. M. Hamel's attire, that what he was wearing. And he realized that Mr. M. Hamel was wearing a green coat. It was also having a frilled shirt along with a black silk cap. So this was what he was wearing. Usually Mr. M. Hamel wore these type of clothes only for 2 occasions, and those 2 occasions wherein he used to wear this attire was on a prize day or during some inspection actually. But on that day, when he spoke very politely to Franz, on that day when he was late, on that day wherein he had not completed his assignment on participles, on that very day, it was neither a prize day nor any inspection. So what might be the reason behind Mr. M. Hamel to wear such an attire was the thought going on in the mind of the school-going boy called Franz. And at that moment, he also looks at the second surprise. This was the first surprise that he comes to. So the second day he also watches, and he is shocked to know that on the last benches actually, which remained empty during Mr. M. Hamel's class, they were occupied and all. Now someone is sitting at the last benches of the classroom, and these last benches were occupied by these villagers, and some of the villagers, Alphonse Daudet has said that they are Oldhauser, the former mayor and postmaster. So they were sitting, the villagers, apart from them some other villagers were also sitting at the back benches and all. Oldhauser over here, he had brought a primer. He had bought an old primer. Primer is a reader of any language, and that was thumbed. An expression has been used, thumbed over here means it has been, that reader was used frequently, and because of repetitive use it had become torn or damaged. So he had an old primer which he had opened on his knees. He had spectacles he was wearing, and he was paying attention inside the classroom to what Mr. M. Hamel was teaching, and these were the people, those who were sitting at that time. Now let us see that what is the reaction or what Mr. M. Hamel is going to say about what has happened, so that Franz will come to know the reason why the school on that particular day was as quiet as Sunday, why it was very still, why it was a strange atmosphere, why Mr. M. Hamel is wearing this attire. So this question of why will be solved over here when Mr. M. Hamel is going to address his classroom as such. So here a shocking a shocking news will be heard by Franz actually. So let us see what is this shocking news that he has got. Mr. M. Hamel mounted the chair. Mounted over here means he sat on the chair. So he went and occupied the chair and he addressed his class and he told that Mr. M. Hamel told that this is the last lesson. Obviously he is talking about the French lesson over here as the last lesson. He said this will be my last lesson. An order has come from Berlin. Order has come from Berlin that from tomorrow in the districts of Alsace and Lorraine, German will be taught. German will be taught and the new German teacher will be joining tomorrow. And he told that this will be your last French lesson and I want everyone to pay attention. Now these words spoken by Mr. M. Hamel, now Franz realized that when he was passing through the town hall, if you remember, he had seen a bulletin board on which usually for the past 2 years certain information they were getting about the lost battles, about the drafts and the orders of commanding officer. Apart from this, what else was written? Now it is very clear. It was written that France has been defeated and it has an order has come from Berlin that from tomorrow onwards, especially in the French district of Alsace and Lorraine, German language will be taught because Persia has overpowered France and the German new teacher is going to join and that particular day, whatever French he was teaching, it is going to be the last lesson of Mr. M. Hamel. Franz, the moment he hears this shocking news from Mr. M. Hamel, he says that he uses the expression, what a thunderstruck. He uses the expression called as thunderstruck. He was thunderstruck at the words which have been uttered by Mr. M. Hamel. Thunderstruck means an expression used for something startling or which has been unexpected. So he was not expecting this type of some news which has been told by Mr. M. Hamel. So here Franz actually is in regret. So let us see that what he regrets as he has now come to realize that this is going to be his last French lesson. Now looking towards the other people, now he has realized why the backbenches were occupied by these villagers and all, why they have come. And why Mr. M. Hamel is wearing a special green coat and all. So now he could join those dots and all. Now he could just make out that what's the reason for them being inside the classroom, the villagers I'm talking about, along with the children. Franz is regretting that he knows that neither he knows how to speak and nor how to write the French language. So Franz actually has wasted lot of time. He has never given any prominence or importance to his own mother tongue or the national language, French. So he realizes the fact that a regret comes in, seeps in inside his mind that he doesn't know how to speak or how to write. He also mentions about that he is also regretting the fact that instead of attending his French classes and all, he wasted his time by seeking bird's egg. He used to go outside and find, seek means to find those bird's egg, and also he was very much interested and wasted his time in sliding on the Saar. Sliding on the Saar. Saar is a river that passes through these two districts of Alsace and Lorraine. The sea. France is regretting a lot of things. He is also thinking about that how he has wasted his time going in finding bird's egg and wasting time in sliding on the Saar, and at that moment the regret is on. The regret continues. France's regret continues. So he also regrets that, he talks about the books actually. Some of the books, he says that, like his grammar book and his history of saints book, all these books earlier he considered them as very heavy as well as a nuisance, something very troublesome also. So he talks about how it was a burden. These books seemed quite burdensome to the school-going boy, and now he says that these same books which were heavy, cumbersome, burdensome and all these books now they seem actually very, very friendly. Now they have become his friends. Now why does the books actually, which were earlier he thought that it was a nuisance and now it has become his friends, is the fact or the realization that this is going to be his last French lesson. He is not going now to learn French from Mr. M. Hamel, as he has to go, as an order has come from Berlin that a new German teacher will be taking over the class, and moreover the language German will be taught to the French pupils as such. So now they seem French, and the idea or the thought of Mr. M. Hamel going away, that Mr. M. Hamel has to go as there has been an order. So Mr. M. Hamel just going away, that idea itself was invoking lot of pain, lot of regret due to this fact, and France says that because of this thought or an idea that Mr. M. Hamel will be leaving them soon, he says that he forgot actually how short-tempered, the word that has been used in the textbook is cranky. So here Mr. M. Hamel is saying that Mr. M. Hamel's behavior, usually he was a short-tempered guy. He used to wrap his iron ruler on the desk. So he forgot how short-tempered Mr. M. Hamel was. He forgot all that, and he is deeply regretting that why he did not take an interest, why actively he did not come to school and take his lessons very seriously. So these are some of the things that is going at the back of France's mind and all, and at that time comes the classroom is going on. So Mr. M. Hamel calls Franz to come and say something about participles. As we already know that Franz has not completed his assignment on the participles. So he was having a dread, he was fearful, he was quite frightened. He wanted actually to say without any mistakes about the participles, but the moment Mr. M. Hamel gave him an opportunity to come and speak, the boy actually certainly started to make mistakes. But as he made mistakes, Mr. M. Hamel usually who scolded, but this time he very politely told Miss Franz that this is not your mistake. You already are feeling very, very bad. Go and sit in your place. So this change of behavior in Mr. M. Hamel also we come to know that why, what is the reason of his change of his behavior. Instead of being very rude, cranky and rash words which usually he spoke, now why is he speaking in a very polite tone. So Franz actually goes back and sits. Now Mr. M. Hamel speaks about that, why he says to the class that these people, so he addresses to the Persians or the Germans that these people will think what type of a citizen we are when we don't know how to read or how to write our own national language. So he comments upon the Germans that Germans will be ridiculing the French nationals because most of them, those who are there in the districts of Alsace and Lorraine, they don't know how to speak or how to write their own national language. And he says that, well, I am not going to blame you. Mr. M. Hamel says this to Franz that he is not the only person to be blamed and all. So let us see that what he talks about here, whom Mr. M. Hamel is trying to blame for the reason that the people of Alsace and Lorraine, they haven't taken any interest or they don't know how to read and write their own national language. So let us see this blame, whom Mr. M. Hamel is trying to blame. So he puts the blame on three people over here. One he talks about is the parents, and the second one he speaks about is the blame for not learning French is he himself is responsible. That is Mr. M. Hamel. So what does he talk about the parents? Why are the parents to be blamed for the inadequacy of the children not learning their own national language? He says that parents actually, they are not anxious enough to send their wards or children to school. Instead of sending them to school, they are sending them either to the farms or to the mills, and the purpose why they are sending them is to make some money. They are more interested in the earnings that they will get by sending their children to farms and mills rather than sending them to school to get some education. So parents are here to be blamed. The second one, he blames himself. He says that instead of teaching, sometimes he has sent actually children to water the flowers and all. As told earlier, there was a little garden which was made by Mr. M. Hamel only. So he used to send children to water the flowers and all. And he also says that I myself am responsible